Oh, I got you.
Ahí
All
la,
right.
ahí la llevamos, humildemente.
Oh, that's the brother in the white suit right there, brother. How can I forget? Right? Hey. That's marketing right there in the white suit, right? I think
Marketing, what do you think?
we had a good conversation, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or you had brought your family from New York, or something like that, right? Something with New York,
Yeah, I brought my dad from New Jersey.
New Jersey. Nice, awesome. I got family in Patterson, Peruvian, but
I was
awesome.
born in.
Oh, nice, awesome, brother. So hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you guys some good value. My assistant Carolina, she's right here, direct from Colombia. So definitely value her. She's the one that hooked it up with the slide. So I appreciate her. Give me one second. Let me just share this. Share it with a couple people just to get some wins up. Okay, cool. All right. On this presentation, like I said, my main goal is to give you some great insight regarding when buying a house credit, okay, your personal credit, and then also Andy mentioned to touch on business credit, okay. But right off, so you guys don't get it confused, for you guys to get good business credit, you need good personal credit. That goes hand in hand. Don't expect to get 100,000 if your personal credit is not good. The only way you can possibly do that if you buy like an Age corporation, right? And then you can piggyback off that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started, brother, and share my screen. Give you guys, like I said, guys, any questions you guys have, write them down and we can answer them at the end. Okay. All right. So real quick, first things first. What is FICO? Right? People say FICO. What's FICO score? FICO score. All right. So FICO stands for Fair Isaac Corporation. All right. And it started with two business partner, Bill Fair and Earl Isaac. So that's what FICO stands for, Fair Isaac Corporation. It started in the 1956 to be exact. Okay. So real quick, there's a whole bunch of scores, right? We're talking auto score, we're talking personal score, we're talking home score. Like, hey man, it's a lot to keep up with. How can I hone into one thing? That way I can serve my client better. Okay. And when I got into credit repair, guys, to be real, I didn't know nothing about the home side, right? There was a lot of real estate agents and loan officers that came up to me, and I had to get educated myself on that aspect because realistically, if I took a client to 700, that's on his personal credit. That's not on his mortgage score. Okay, so you guys use mortgage score 2, 4, and 5. 2, 4, and 5. That's what you guys pull. Okay, and just so you guys have an idea, more FICO scores go from like there's 16 variations of FICO in general, right? Mixed with Vantage, but you guys use 2, 4, and 5. This 2, 4, and 5 is the old school model, not new school. So it hurts your client because it's too strict, right? Everyone got to school and it was like that hard teacher that, hey, you turn in a paper and you got like a 4 when you at least should have got like a little 7. Well, FICO is that teacher. Really, really hard. And I'll give you a distinction. Let's say, Angelica, you have a collection and the collection you only owe $2. That FICO 2, 4, and 5 weighs the same as if your collection was $2 versus $30,000. It sucks, but it's what they hold off of. Okay, next. If someone tells you, hey, my FICO 8 is at a 700, that usually means that their FICO 2, 4, and 5 is 50 to 80 points lower. Right? So if they're at a 700, their FICO 2, 4, and 5 is probably going to be like a 640. Okay, 640, 650. And you guys want the highest score so you guys get your client the best results. Okay? No one knows. I'm sorry? Oh, that's all right. Someone had a question? Okay, cool. No one knows their house score. Like, no one knows their house score until they're applying for a house. Right? No one's checking their house score. They only check it when you guys check it for them. Okay? FICO 2, 4, and 5. Now, another thing, if a client has a credit card over 48% utilization, they already hit the maxed out penalty for the FICO 2, 4, and 5. So that's horrible because the new algorithm That's why they give you more leeway because of the payment history. I'm sorry, credit utilization 35%. The old 2, 4, and 5 doesn't have that factor in. That's why if a credit card is over 48%, let's say they have a credit card that's 1,000 and it goes over 48%, you're already dinged for the maxed out penalty that card can have, and that hurts their score. So that means low score on the FICO. Okay, back then, guys, there's nothing, no one knew about an Amex charge card. Back then, they didn't have that. All cards had a balance. A charge card, and don't get it confused because people think because you have an Amex, right? You think that it's a no limit. There is a limit, right? But a charge card is you have to pay it at the end of every month. Okay, you have to pay it at the end of every month. So when the charge card reports, right, you have to report a zero balance, or else you get dinged for that too. Because there had no charge cards back then. So if your client has an Amex charge card, right, let them know it has to be zero balance to get you the better score. Okay, FICO 8, which is now what you guys check on Experian, they're calculating that now. So the Amex charge card will give you more points because it goes into your limit. It adds to your overall credit limit. Okay, cool. Next one. This is a trick. Okay, I call it the AZO method. AZO method is if the client has 3 credit cards, right? Everything zero except one. So if they have 3 credit cards, have 2 of them zero, and then the third one, have them have like a $20 or $40 balance. So it shows like it's being used, but it'll give their mortgage score more of a bump. Okay, then and that goes back to the credit cards not being over 48%. Okay. Let me see. All right, now if they have a loan, make sure the loan is paid off 91% to get the most benefit for their mortgage score. How do they do that? Okay, well, hopefully the loan is not really, really big, but they can call and say, hey, look, I like to make a principal payment on my loan, right? Principal only, and I want it paid off 91%. So leaving it 9%, that's good. That'll boost the mortgage score. All right, any loans. This is really information that like no one's really talking about it. I'm gonna do a YouTube video on it just to help more realtors and more loan officers, just so they can educate their clientele, right? So 1 second. Yeah, so
did you guys get that one? I didn't get that 9% one, bro.
yeah, so like let's say they have a loan for 5,000 from Oportun. For them to get the maximum mortgage score, that loan has to be paid off 91%. And how they are able to do that is call the bank and call them and so they can put it a principal payment only. So that way the 9% could be the interest left over.
Okay, it reminds me of something that I looked up time ago. It was, and you correct me where I could be wrong. So if like an installment loan, was
and this
was
is
5 years, 60 payments. The company, the creditor, did not want you to pay off before the 60 payments because I don't know that the interest they maybe wanted to collect or something along those lines.
Well, it's always, yeah, they always want to make interest off you. Yeah, so the longer the better.
So then what I heard was, don't pay off that loan that you may want, that you have 5 years on, 60 payments on, but pay off if you're planning to pay it off completely, pay it off to where like your minimum payment could be. Era bien poquito, bro. Like, that's un ejemplo, eh? It's gonna be if you could leave it to where if there's 10 payments remaining, have the last payments be $1 por decir. $1 the last 5 if you owed 1,000, pay off $995 or $990 up front and have just $1 payment be what's reoccurring on a monthly to pay off your 10 payments, so that you do not pay it off sooner, which is what they don't want, but you don't pay interest on it or something along those lines. Does that make sense?
I'll show you right now. Okay.
Did I make that shit up or was that good?
It was good. Real quick. So right here, I have a $70,000 loan. right? $70,000 loan. All right, and I owe $10.80. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys a little hack because we're talking about boosting personal credit now. So now I put up those 70 grand, right? That's my own money. I put it to the bank, right? So the bank can see I have a $70,000 loan with them. There's no hard pull, right? They back me up where they get my money. They put it in the savings account, they lock it, and then they give me 70,000 from their own money at a 2.2 interest. Okay, what I do is 3 days later, I pay it off because they gave me the money. I pay it off 99%. So I left like $15, right? So that loan is going to report on my credit. So if I want another loan with them, they'll give it to me, no problem. So you guys can be using hacks like this to improve your personal credit. The main thing that most, especially Latinos are not doing, they're not building a relationship with their banks. Okay. So prior to me doing credit, I had Bank of America. I had no auto loan with them, no mortgage home with them, no credit cards with them. So I wasn't building a relationship. All I was doing was stacking my direct deposit with them. That's not how the banks work. You want to build with them. Even if you can get a secured card with them, that'll build in 6 months. They will unsecure it. Because
Yeah, so what that reminds me of, brother, sorry to chime in, was Bobby, but when I went to Bobby Castro's training back in early 2020, he said that he does have those relationships with banks, and he recommended that we sometimes consider the small local banks because they'd be a little more flexible if you ever needed paros with, they'd just be more flexible than the big banks.
Yeah, so that's why I always recommend Navy Federal. Navy Federal for me, when you just join and you have a 720 credit score, they can give you 20,000, 15,000. Bank of America and Chase are not going to do that. But remember, when you open up an account, if you have
repeat that. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Repeat that. If Navy Federal, what?
Okay, so Navy Federal, right? A credit union, right? If you have a 720 credit score, they will give you 20,000 off the rip. But I'm gonna give you another gem for everyone that's right here. When you apply, guys, I'm gonna put in the chat. Okay, when you apply for a credit card, even if you don't make this money, you need to put that you make this money. Okay, and then you put $500 rent. Okay, and if it asks you business, checking and savings, checking and savings, personal, you have both. Because most people think, hey, I'm gonna put that I make $4,000, that I pay $4,000 in rent or mortgage, so they know I can pay, and then they're gonna give me more money. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so you need to put 150,000, and for you guys, well, that's not right. I don't make that. Well, how about you include your wife's payment, or what your wife's make, what your brother makes in the house, and now you guys sum it up to 150,000 because it's household income. Okay, I'm just throwing that gem out there for you guys because you guys will get approved higher with this number right here. Now, another thing, when you guys apply on the personal side, only pre-qualify. Do not go in for the kill. Don't go like this and apply. That's hurting your inquiry, right? An inquiry is 1 to 3 points. If you keep doing that and you get denied, you're just stacking up points against you, right? What you need to do is pre-qualify. I'm going to give you 3 banks that'll pre-qualify you. 1, Navy Federal, right? Amex, you can pre-qualify. So if you see what you make there and if they approve you, right? But I wouldn't start with Amex. I would go Discover. They pre-qualify you, and then Capital One if you don't have a Capital One card already. Okay? Now, my wife kind of got mad at me because they keep giving her more limits. So Capital One, like she started with 3,500 and now she's got like, I think 12,000, and Discover, she's got like 15,000. And she's getting mad at me. He's like, hey, babe, why are they giving me more money? Because she's like, oh, I'm tempted, right? I want to spend more. But I tell her, don't worry about it. I'll pay whatever you got to spend. But the more payments you make on the card, they will boost you up and boost you up. So that's a quick hack on you.
Quítale las tarjetas, bro.
Do you need another credit card para que la pagues? I got one for you.
Hey, here's another thing. When you say pre-qualify, what does that mean? It's just they're gonna tell you what you would be able to qualify for if you
Yeah.
plug in the income, rent, checking savings, or what?
Yeah, and then boom, it says pre-qualified. Hey, congrats, you're pre-qualified. And then when you accept it, it tells you how much you got. Pero you at least know. Most people, they don't know if they're just going straight in. Like un ejemplo, I'll tell you this: never apply for a store card. I don't care if you go to Kohl's, Victoria's Secret, Best Buy. Don't apply for none of their cards. None of their cards give you benefits. They're only going to give you store benefits. Hey, 5% cash back or 5% Kohl's, 5% this. No one's giving you like real money cash back, like unless the bank is. The bank, you use the card, 2% cash back. Because you guys stop using debit cards, start using credit for everything. Just be disciplined enough to pay your card. That way you don't get trapped in the cycle of like, damn, because debit card, you're not gaining anything. You're not getting higher limits. You're not getting travel points, and you're not getting cash back. Okay. Another thing with the personal side, because Andy, this is important. Check this out. When people apply, right? Can someone tell me the 3 credit bureaus real quick? Just like the 3 credit bureaus, if you can throw it out there. Anybody?
Experian, Equifax, and
You're an
TransUnion.
Equifax, TransUnion.
All right, cool. Awesome. So check this out. You got Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. If I find out which bank is pulling Experian, Discover, that's 1 inquiry. If I find out what bank is pulling TransUnion, Navy Fed, that's 1 inquiry. If I find out what bank is pulling Equifax, right, that's 1 inquiry. Guess what? I got 3 credit cards with how many inquiries? 1 inquiry.
All right, can you put that in the chat? Can you put that in the chat, brother? Like which cards pull from what bureaus?
Okay, cool. I have a link. I'll send you guys the link. It'll tell you which card is pulling from what. And then Felipe, I have one of my credit clients right here. Shout out to Felipe. He went to the TNG ceremony too, the conference. And real quick, Felipe, I don't want to put you on blast. Thank you for joining us, by the way. What card did you recently get right now on Navy Federal?
I got the platinum,
How much?
20,000.
Cool, 20,000. And what was your highest credit card before starting with us?
500.
Okay.
Oh, well,
I'm gonna give you guys a hack right now too, right? So check this out. Let's say he has a Bank of America $500 credit card. He just got 20,000 off Navy Federal. I'm gonna have, because that card that he has for a year, 0.99% interest. So I'm gonna do this. He's gonna call Navy Fed. Hey, I'd like to do a transfer balance. I like to put 10,000 from this card into my Bank of America card. But how much does he owe the Bank of America? He only owes 500. So what is that going to do for Felipe? It's going to do overpayment. Okay? Overpayment. So overpayment, 500 is going to go to the card. He's going to have 9,500 overpayment. Hey, Bank of America, I'm sorry, there was an overpayment. Can you put that money in my checking account? Oh, no, not a problem, sir. Put that money in your checking account. Now you got $10,000, 0.99% for a whole year. And if you can't make money off 10,000, I mean, I'm sorry, but you could do something with 10,000. You know? So
That was some good shit right there, bro. Send this recording. That right there is money.
yeah, so that's
That was it.
another thing, and then when I know we're gonna get into the business side too. Like, let's say you have 2 years left on your car payment, right? You get 2 years left on your car payment. You get a business credit card, let's say 20 grand, and then you transfer, you liquidate that card, you pay off the 2 years of your car payment, and now you pay the business card for 0% for 2 years or 15 months. Like, that's another hack. How you can use credit, so that way you're not paying interest for 2 years, and it gives you a little bit more breathing room. You only got that one payment to your business card, which doesn't show on your personal. You know? And then if you have a
Like it, Gris? I like it when Gris gets good, Gris.
and then when you have a let's say you have a business, who I mean, you know, we all got a business or LLC and stuff like that. How you refi your car, all you got to do is go to Bank of America, tell them you want to refinance under your business name, and then you get your business, your personal car, and you refi under your business name. The interest might be a little like maybe 1 or 2% higher, but now it's off the business. It's on the business side. So you're hiding it off your personal, and you don't have that debt on the personal side. So you can get more capital. Okay, and then 1 second.
That right there, oh man, for anybody that's business owners, like think of the clients that we have that are self-employed, that we can that have PTI issues or have payments de carros, how this could be something we can help push into the personal side to avoid having get hit with those DTIs.
So another thing real quick. So like Andy was saying in the beginning, if you have a bank and you don't have a credit union, get in the credit union, right? Get in the credit. I'm gonna show you one quick, hold on real quick. Let me give you guys a little sauce right here. Let's see. You guys liking the information? Let's see. You guys see my screen? Sorry. So I get a lot of questions, right? I have a YouTube channel, Econ Bulldog. I get a lot of free information there. This is a gem for you guys, okay? Because you guys might have clients in Arizona. I don't know, maybe Texas, or maybe they're all in California. They're going to tell you, hey, Andy, what's a good bank, right? And you're going to say, credit union. You're going to go right here on the ESIT banks. I'm sorry. Right here on the ESIT credit unions. You're going to click that, right? And then what is the top credit union nationwide?
Navy Federal.
Yeah, you know why? Because look at the feria. Look how much money is going in. So why do I want to go to freaking number 14, Security Service Federal Credit Union, right? How do you think Felipe got 20,000? Right? Because we all know the more they loan out, the more money they get. Or for every deposit they get, they can loan out more money.
Can you look up a credit union, see how?
Yeah.
how
So
stable it
let's
is?
say, aquí un estado, right? Let's say un ejemplo. Hey, you got a client in Texas. He's trying to hook you up. Hey, bro, I don't know what bank to join. Well, join a credit union. Okay, in Texas. You're going to go credit union. Y aquí está. Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union is the best one in Texas. Y ahí está la feria. So I'm going to go to Cali because we're all in Cali. Or a majority, I'm going to go Cali. I think schools first is number one. Yeah, schools first. So if you can get in, we can get people into Navy Federal. So if you want to get into Navy Federal, tap in, me and Felipe, we can get you in there for sure. That's how he got in. How long has-
Una pregunta, carnal.
Yeah.
I know most credit unions will require you to be a part of some, like for example, I have EECU educational, so I had to be a student at the time. So with Navy Federal, do you have to have anything to do with like the military, or you can just jump in there without having anything?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. A family member, right? You'll get in. Like if a family member sponsors you, but if you know someone that has an account there, they could probably get you in. But you know, people are gonna charge you to get in because they know how much feria you can get from in there.
Just letting everybody know, Gerardo was in Navy. He already got a card there, so you guys have access. Like a layup, like gratis.
Yeah. Also, Gerardo, real quick, I'm gonna give you this gem. Don't give in your access code more than 5 people. They will shut your account down. Okay.
All right,
so-
guys, there's only 4 available.
No. So I'm gonna give you this hack, giving you guys a gem. Gerardo, when you get in someone, right? Then you can use their access code for the next person, and then do a little ladder there. That way you don't affect yours. All right. Just give
Pero sí tiene que ser alguien pues que was like in the military or anything like that, right?
I'm sorry. What?
You pretty much do have to be somebody that came from the military to be in Navy Federal.
No. I mean, or have your parents serve. Right. Everyone got that grandfather that served World War II, por ahí, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah, you can get in there. Maybe someone that works there, and that's pretty much it. How to get into Navy Federal. So yeah, this is good for you guys. What credit union you want to?
What website is this, brother?
It's called ibanknet.com.
ibanknet.com.
So it tells you how much deposits, right? That's why I go with Navy Federal. They're number one in my book. So another thing is Navy Federal, right? Obviously, personal loans, credit card. They'll give you a construction loan for a house, and you don't even have to have a house. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think
This
no
is
doubt,
where?
Navy Federal. Yeah, for real, bro. Construction loan. You don't even have to have a house, man. But any questions real quick before we go into business on personal? I think some of you guys, if you guys don't have personal, definitely start building it because it's gonna help your business side, right? If you
I
got,
have another
a question, brother.
Dale, Gabriel, dale.
go ahead.
Una pregunta on that balance transfer where, you know, on the $500 credit card, we get the 9,500 back to your bank account.
Mhm.
Typically, what are clients looking at a payment on that credit card once they do that balance transfer?
Oh, no. So the goal, right? The goal is you do minimum payments for a whole year because you have 0.99% interest.
Okay.
Then after the year, realistically, it's gonna be 18%. Creo que Felipe, no? Yeah. I mean, but the goal,
18%.
yeah, the goal is, hey, you know what? I got 10,000. Aquí lo puedo mover, do something. What I tell people, right, on the side, one, invest in yourself, right? We all know that, right? Seminars, conferences, but also if you know a compa that can manage your mechanical bull, buy a mechanical bull, right? Let the compa take it, you know, rent it out, make $500 a day, not being there. So that's my whole thing on clients that don't really know this whole business marketing style that we're all in. You know what I mean? That's their foot in the door. So, you know, jumper, mechanical.
I wonder if you could jump money like that multiple times from like
You
let's say,
could. No.
to
So
another zero.
un
interest
ejemplo,
or
I'll give you a gem right here. I'll give you a gem right here. Let's say you're doing Anthony Aparo or Andy. Let's say an ejemplo, right? Like my card, 500, I want to liquidate. And but maybe Andy's the one for whatever reason, maybe he has $1,000 that he wants to like take care of. How you fix that is you make Andy the authorized user under your card. That way he gets access to the card, and that way I'm sorry, Andy makes you authorized user on his card, and then you do the transfer balance on Andy's card, which is your card technically, but then you're doing him a paro because it's going there. You know what I mean? So you can do it that way. Hopefully that didn't go over people's head. Like it was just adding someone else so they're having access to the account, and then you're doing the transfer balance. You know, and then also I'm gonna a few things because I know we're gonna go to the business side. When two things that you guys need to do when you guys are paying off your credit card: due date and reporting date. Due date, reporting date. If you don't know the reporting date, most people like me, remember, I just woke up to credit 4 years ago. I would pay my credit card off the minimum, use it the next day, and guess what? When it reports, it's reporting high. The credit card will report 5 to 7 days after your due date, which is called the statement date. And if you pay off the card before it reports, your score will be higher. So let's say it reports, let's say Felipe, his credit card owes it on the 5th. His statement date is on the 11th. So on the 11th, he wants to make sure he pays everything down of his card. On the 12th, he can rack it up all he wants and then do it again the next month. So that's how you're maximizing your scores. But going back to the business thing, we want to hide everything under the business. Nothing should be in our personal, right? Because that's giving us lower buying power, como lo dice, right? Because everything's under your personal name, right? If you have a business, you should have a Chevron card, which all you need is an EIN number, I think a DUNS number, and they'll give you a Chevron card. Everyone here pumps gas unless you got a Tesla, right? And that's your card right there. Hey, I'm gonna give one to my husband so he can freaking, you know, I gave one to my wife so she can use it and I can use it as a business expense, right? Chevron card, easy to get. Go apply. If you have an EIN number and you have a decent credit score, they'll probably give you like $6 grand, right? Everything for the company, tax write-off. So everyone here should at least have a Chevron, a gas card if you have a business LLC S corp, and that takes no effort.
Santi, what if we don't have business credit established yet? Are they gonna go based on a personal credit for that one?
They will, everything will be PG. Everything will be personally guaranteed. So everyone, if they tell you, oh, you can get this card and they're not checking your personal, I mean, they're checking your personal because everything's PG. You have to personally guarantee it. And that's why sometimes they ask for your social, So 2 good business gas cards, Chevron and Shell. The reason I say Chevron and Shell is because if you're in Cali, they're everywhere, right? We're not going to get a freaking gas station that's in Texas in the middle of nowhere. That's not going to help us, right? So, and then I'm
What
going
do
to
you
give
say to those that only pump gas in AM PM?
Chevron está un poquito carito,
Te
bro.
digo porque that's me, brother. I'm
Okay,
kidding,
I'm
I'm kidding.
gonna give you another gem real quick. Business credit. Everyone right here, I'm gonna show you how to get a quick 2,000 to 5,000. All right. If you go to Sam's Club, everyone knows Sam's Club. If you have an EIN number and a DUNS number, if you don't know what a DUN number is, a Dun and Bradstreet number is a number that's pretty much it's thicker than your EIN. Like EIN is technically what they say your business social, but your DUNS number is really your business social. So it's called Dun and Bradstreet number. If you don't know how to get one, call Dun and Bradstreet. Hey, I have a business. I need a Dun and Bradstreet number. They shouldn't charge you anything. They're going to try to upsell you the world, but just tell them, no, I just need a Dun and Bradstreet number. That's it. You go to Sam's Club. Sam's Club, you give them your Dun and Bradstreet number and your EIN number, right? They will give you a credit card, 2 to 5,000. 2 to 5,000, right? You get the credit card in the mail, and then what are you going to do? You're going to go to Sam's Club and you're going to buy gift cards with that money, right? You're going to buy $3 to $500 gift cards with your business account. And then with those gift cards, you're going to go get a money order. All right. You're going to turn credit into cash. You're going to get the money order. You're going to put it in your bank account, right? And now you have money. At least let it sit there for a month before you got to pay the Sam's Club card. Because another thing is you can liquidate cash and then put it in 2-3 bank accounts. So now I got Navy Federal, I got Bank of America, right? And I got Schools First. I got 3 bank accounts that I want to leverage credit. So I'm gonna put 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000 here. So in 60 days, right, I can apply for something and they're gonna give me 3,000, 5,000, and then that's how you kind of run up the bag. Right? So that real quick, that Sam's Club gem, really, really vital. Also, you can do this. I don't recommend it, but you can do this. All right. So if you have a credit card, right? You guys didn't hear from me. I know the call's recorded, but if you got a credit card, let's say you got 10,000, you go to Dick's. I don't know. I don't golf, but apparently there's $2,000 golf clubs that I didn't know. You're going to go to Dick's Sporting Goods and you're going to buy 3 to 4 golf clubs, $2,000 a piece, right? That's $8,000. All right. They might look at you a little funny because who's buying $2,000 golf clubs? Oh, we going to a charity event, whatever it is. You get that, right? And then you're going to pay 95% with your credit card. And then the other percent you're going to pay with your debit card. And you're going to tell them, hey, that's how I want to split it. And then later on that day, return it. And just say you want all the money going to your debit card. So that's how you just kind of took that money with the golf club, return it. Now you just liquidate it from that credit card and you don't lose the points because you spend it on the card. So these are things that, masterminds and stuff are teaching us, pay to get in the room. But these are hacks that you guys can implement. Because once you do one hack, they're all the same. They're all the same jugada. You just got to know where to implement it, right? Like a lot of people do a lot of manufacturer spending. I'm not really a fan of that, but that's all they do all day. Boom, 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 right? They get one card and they put 5 employees. Hey, you go to that Dick's, I'll go to that Dick's, I'll go to that Dick's. And all they're doing is racking up cars, racking up points. And that's how they make their money. I think that's a lot of work. I'd rather get my money. Yeah, if I have to liquidate a credit card, I'll invest it somewhere. Make it work. But any questions on the personal side, real quick?
I got a question, brother. If you don't mind, I think this one hopefully would apply to the loan officer. So how do you? There's got to be a hack. Yeah, I know you heard the snowball effect, all that bullshit. When clients have a lot of high balances, is there a way for them to move money around like that? Maybe open up new credit cards who have smaller interest rates and pay off the ones that they have bigger interest rates with. Maybe
Good question.
yeah.
Good question right there. People don't know this. Credit utilization is only comprised off of credit utilization. If I get a personal loan to pay off my credit card, it won't show on the credit report because personal loan goes under DTI. Does that make sense? I lost you right there.
Yeah, go again.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, I mean, it's, I don't say counterintuitive, but like he's talking about raising your credit score. If you get a personal loan, right, to pay off the credit cards, right, your score will skyrocket because your credit utilization is all the way down, right? Now, it on the lending side, it affects you because FICO 2, 4, and 5, you have a personal loan that's not 91% paid off. But what I'm saying is, if you have your credit utilization all the way down, you can get more credit, right? Or you can get business credit and then hide that personal loan on the business side. Remember, it's not hard to liquidate. I can send Andy an invoice for 10,000. Hey Andy, rack me up 10,000. Cool, brother. I'll cash you out. I mean, that's what people do all the time. You know what I mean? So liquidating a card is easy. What you do with that money is the hard part. You know, PayPal, hey, QuickBooks, like, you know what I mean? It's, you know, everyone's doing that aspect, but know where that money is all investment money. So
okay, so let me hit you with the just so that I understand, because if not, I'm not perdido. So let's just say you have a client who has an S corporation and they have 5 different credit cards, all with, I don't know, $3,000 balances. They don't have any business credit because they haven't established it. You would recommend for them to open up a business credit card under their business or S corp and pay off those personal loans and liquidate them to the business credit. Pretty much to hide it.
100% hide it. That's
okay.
how you hide it.
Now, what would you recommend would be maybe the first 3, like assuming nobody has business credit, what would be your go-to? Okay, get this one, get that one, and get this one. They're the easiest.
Yeah, so this is all depending if you have bad credit or good credit. You know what I mean? So like if someone has that kind of usage, he probably has bad credit. So what I have to do is you have to do net 30s. Anyone know what net 30s are? Okay. So once you get an LLC or an S corp, you're given an EIN number. A net 30 is something that they'll give you based on that EIN number. Un ejemplo. Write this down so you guys don't lose the names. So uno se llama Staples. Staples will give you a desk for $200 that you don't have to pay off till the end of the month. And then that'll report to your business credit. Grainger, Grainger, you can get cleaning supplies from there that reports to your business. The Chevron card or Shell gas station, right? That's 2 cards right there. So that's 4 trade lines on your business. And then one more, you can do say Grainger, Quill, Quill. So all these, you make an account and it's going to ask you for business, hey, what is your EIN number? You put it, and then you can buy anything from the website and you don't have to pay it off for 1 month. You can even buy gift cards there, but that's an extra plus right there. So gift cards are powerful because you can use a credit card to buy a gift card. Once you get the gift card, you go to Albertsons or anyone that does the money orders, but you tell them this. When they ask you, what are you paying the gift cards with? I'm sorry, what are you paying the money order with? You say, hey, I'm paying it with a debit card because a gift card has a PIN. Never tell them that you're paying it with the gift card and never telling them you're paying it, with the credit. Yeah. I don't know if that confused you guys. It's easy. I did a video on how to turn credit into cash on my YouTube channel. And in my YouTube channel, if you guys want to get some free gems right there, Econ Bulldog, free information. The business side, it's a little not trickier, but remember, you have to establish business credit by opening up these net 30 accounts, right? So Amazon Prime, that you can get the business card with them, EIN number, and they'll give you probably like $1,000 or $2,000 limit, and you can start there because everyone orders everything off Amazon. So that's a way of you like, hey, you know what? I already ordered everything on Amazon. Let me just put my EIN number, my social. If I qualify for 1,000, 2,000, now you're building because everything you wanted to report to your business. And then also, if you have business credit, get Nav Boost, NAVBOOST, $39 a month, and it reports to your business credit like you have another business trade line. So those are the real quick on the 5 things: 2 gas cards, Chevron and Shell, right? Quill, Quill, Grainger, Grainger, Staples Business, and then I think I did one more, or Nav Boost. So that's 6 trade lines that'll report. So when you order something from the website, order something that's $50 or more. Hey, you know what? I need a mop bucket that we don't have. Let me just order it from this website so it can report to my credit. So by the 2nd or 3rd month, you'll have more business. You'll have a Paydex score of 80. And then when you have that score, then you can go to Navy Federal also has business credit, and then you can get credit there. So one tip that people don't know, hold on. You name the card, and I got it, right? So you got Discover, right? Capital One, Citizen, right? Citizen Bank, 10,000 off the rip, and they pull Equifax. Citizen Bank, 10,000 off the rip. What I want to show you guys, this card right here, sorry, Capital One Sparks, not a good card. Why? Because they report on your personal. And we want cards that don't report to our personal. So this card right here will report to your personal. So don't get it. But if you need the capital and they'll give it to you, get it. But you just don't want to leave a balance because that's going to hurt your personal score, at the same time.
I think that's gonna be good for us to put on paper, Alex. So like what the strategy would be if we find a client that has their own business but don't have business credit, they have the DTI issue, and how we're gonna help them move all that to the business credit. On like,
Yeah.
well, look, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at Staples, Shell, Quill, Grainger, Albertsons, or not Albertsons, what is it? The Amazon Prime or Nav Boost? Is that what it was?
Let me show you guys something real quick. I'm gonna show you before I hold on.
Hacer un little step-by-step guide.
Yeah, and then really quick something, because I think one of the easiest plays would be auto liabilities, right? So I know that you mentioned that refinancing it under the business name. Now, when you don't have any business credit established, obviously they're going to ask you for a PG or personal guarantor. Does it still, how long would you say, okay, let's just say I have a client now, hey, go refinance your business name. Is it show their personal and so for how long? And then after a while, after you establish business credit, eventually will they stop asking you for a personal guarantor?
One second. Give me 1 second, bro, because you were cut off a little bit, but I see what you, I know what you mean. So I got the Carolina. ¿Lo puedes copiar eso en el chat? Y se lo puedes mandar a Andy también como mensaje para que ellos ya tengan todo que necesitan para tener business, todo ya conectado. Por favor, Carolina.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sí.
So real quick, your question is, if you have great credit, you don't need net 30. You don't need none of that. Maybe one gas card, right? Maybe one account if you want to, like Nav Boost, to help you out, and then you go straight to the business side. If you have a new business and you have good credit, they will give you 5,000-10,000. Right? I'm gonna give you one card that will give you 5,000-10,000, and it's not Capital on One. It's called Capital on Tap. Capital on Tap will give you 5,000 to 10,000 with a minimal score, 680, and they're from the UK. Great card, right? And they do it 2 ways. You pay a certain amount of interest or 10% each month of whatever you owe. That's how they do it, but it's a great card. But back to your question, who is Alejandro, right? Who asked the question? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, because PG, you always have to PG, but once you have established business credit, it just makes it easier for them to give you more money. Okay? Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the business side is harder to obtain business because you want to show that you've been on there for a while. These net Graingers are easy because you can just buy 1 or 2 items each month and it'll report on the business. But remember, if you have great credit, you don't need this. Right? You just need to have something reporting. Like, real quick, if you don't, who has, let me see in the chat. I want to see where we're at. Put in the chat and how many credit cards you have on the personal side. So how many credit cards you have on your personal side? Just no shade. Cool. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we got, that's good. So we got.
Got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, I don't know if I was like a lucky Lou or anything, just because I'm hearing you. I have good personal credit. I went to Chase because I just got my LLC and I got the Chase on Business Unlimited.
Oh, they probably gave you what, 15?
11.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so look.
So now what?
He has good personal credit. So now you are building a relationship with Chase. What I recommend straight up, because what I told Andy on the last call, you need to build your personal side where you have over 100,000 in credit, because Chase would have gave you 50,000. You get what I'm saying? Build the personal.
Jose, add me as an authorized user, brother. Let's do a transfer balance to my Bank of America.
Ay, cabrón. Ay, cabrón. With the fee, huh? Yeah. So Jose, you're on the right track, brother. So I would recommend with Chase, open up Bank of America, open up a credit union, and then get credit cards from them. Pero al mismo tiempo, lo que yo dije, Chase pulls from Experian. Bank of America pulls from Experian. So you got to find a bank that pulls from TransUnion, right? Find a bank that pulls from Equifax. Citizen pulls from Equifax. DCU, Digital Credit Union, pulls from Equifax. So you're able to maximize all these credit and only like 1 or 2 inquiries. Because if you do a lot, they're gonna ding you and they're not gonna approve you. Like Chase, this is a good gem for you guys. Chase has a 524 rule. If you have 5 credit cards in the last 2 years, Chase will not approve you. 524 rule. Okay, so Jose did a good thing. Jose, you went into Chase. On the business side, it doesn't affect you. But on the personal side, they will not give you credit if you got 5 credit cards in 24 years. So like Sandra, you have 6 in the last 2 years. If any of those were not Chase, they will not get you. You can apply and you'll get denied even with a 720 credit score.
I already got denied and I've been with Chase and I've been an employee for before. So thanks, Santi. I wish I would have known this.
So, ¿qué le recomendarías? Do you have any business credit yet, no boss?
That's what I'm working on.
Okay,
so ¿qué le recomiendas a ella? Like life prescription.
Okay, so how long have you had your business?
4 years.
Okay, 4 years. What do you have reporting on your business? Or maybe that's probably the main issue, nothing reporting, right?
No, I have schools first, so they gave me I have a HELOC with them. They gave me 20,000. So I have higher credit limits, but I don't know how to get to 100,000.
Okay, so roughly on your personal, and I know obviously a lot of people, are you maybe under 100,000 in personal? You're saying you're under 100,000 on the personal side. So yeah. I would build that up, and let's say if your credit score is 720, we can probably on the personal side tell you which banks will pull from what, and then you can be over 100K before going into the business. That way, they'll give you more when they see your personal is at.
So do you help establishing business credit?
Yeah, we do that too. So
okay,
most of our customers that come to us, they want the funding. Mm-hmm. So they want like, hey, bro, I need business credit, but I need 50,000, 80,000, and that's where we charge 8 to 10%.
8 to 10% of what you guys get us approved for?
Yeah, because that's just it's overall, just funding because people need funding. But what it puts you in, it puts you in a relationship with those banks so they can offer you, more feria.
Okay.
So if everyone that's listening, this is really important. If you have a over 710 credit score, if you have less than 5 inquiries, and you have no delinquents, you will qualify for 550 to 100,000 on the personal. And then after you do that, then you work on the business. Don't do it the other way around, because you cheat yourself on money that they can give you. Okay?
So then for me, Santi, going back to, we
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
at my scenario, and we got a few minutes here before.
Got you, for sure.
Respect the time. Pero sería raising my personal credit limit
Yeah.
by adding trade lines?
Trade line, yeah. So trade line helps because it'll drop your credit utilization down. And then when you apply for another card, it'll look good because your I'm sorry, and then credit utilization has to be under 10% to get the maximum. If you're applying for cards 50%, 60% usage, they might give you, but you're cheating yourself. So that's another thing. We want the credit utilization less than 10%, less than 5 inquiries. Hold on, less than 5 inquiries, no negative accounts, just to be clean. The profile has to be clean, or else, like I say, you're shooting yourself in the foot, and now you're limiting yourself from what real money you can get. So on yours, Andy, pretty much, whatever needs to be cleaned up, and then get the authorized user. It'll boost up your score because it'll add available credit, and then you can apply once the profile is clean to whatever, whatever cards that will give you the most. So I say Navy Federal. You got a couple people that'll get you in there. Let them get you into Navy Federal, bro, because that's, Felipe's right here, testimonial. Felipe's only been with them, I think, 3 or 4 months, and he's at 20K coming from a 500 credit score. And then when you guys have a bank account, please, like Navy Federal, for example, do direct deposit with them. Because they want to see money coming in. Your whole check doesn't have to go to them. You can divide it. Hey, you know what? I want $300 going in here every pay period, or whatever the case. Right? So then they see money coming in, and then they're able to give you more feria. And then one thing Felipe did, he was able to stack some money on Navy Federal, so they know he's got money on the checking side and savings, so they can give him more money. Right? And remember, if you have access to capital, you can do pledge loans for other people that will make you money. So I'll give you a scenario. If I wanted to do a pledge loan on someone for 70,000, I can charge them 5 to 8 grand. Because they're gonna have that on their loan, and if they value their credit enough, they know what $70,000 buying power can give them because of the relationship they're gonna build with the bank. So I'm using money, right, to build trade line for someone else, a primary trade line, and I'm recycling the money because I'm paying it off in 2-3 days and then doing it with somebody else. So that's called a pledge loan, the thing that I showed you guys. So it'll report on the end of the month, and it'll continue reporting. So I have a $70,000 loan paid off with Navy Fed, where I only owe 1080, and that builds more credit, guys. All right. Hey, the call's recorded. I'll send it to Andy and his crew, and any other gems that I'll send, I'll have Carolina send it to you. Okay, Andy? All right, guys.
Found some value
Thank
there.
you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Guys, rack it up. 100,000. Pre-qualified.
Thank you.
Hey, tag me, Latino Solutions. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.